Yo guys, welcome to a video today, and today we're going to be doing a video on tier ranking every single Fortnite season from Chapter 1 to the modern day. So, yeah, as someone who has played every single, Fortnite season from day uno to, even actually technically from day 0 to now, I have seen Fortnite from, going to sending rockets into the sky to going to new places, to Galactus trying to eat the Earth, to the flooding season, to cubes, to volcanoes, to even fucking airplanes, as well as everything else. And we're going to tier rank it today. Now, I will quick state these are my opinions on these seasons. You guys may have opinions on these seasons. These are just opinions from my experience. We are going to go through Chapter 1, Season 1, to Chapter 6, Season 4, which is the current season. So let's begin, shall we? So let's begin with Season 1. Season 1 for me is a classic season. It was... I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't really much, it was good. It was a very good season, but it was very basic. The reason, again, for it being very basic at the time, and there wasn't even that many game modes, if I'm correct, the only 2 game modes that actually existed. Well, first it was only solos, and then I believe it was solo and then squads. I think was the first actual. I think squads was the actual first game, or first other game mode to come out. And I think we eventually got duos, and then eventually trios came out at some point, but not in Season 1. But again, a great season to kick off the game. Again, very basic. We were all learning the game at the time. If you were playing Save the World, you probably knew how to build. If you didn't play Save the World, you probably didn't know how to build. But yeah. Again, all epic weapons were basic. Again, everything about it was just kind of basic, but it was Chapter 1 has always been a very good map. For nostalgia, I'm going to put it in A. I'm not putting it in S tier because it's, again, very basic, so it's going to go into A. Season 2. Season 2, again, very basic. This is what I would like to call the microtransaction season, sort of. The only season updates we actually got for Season 2 were the Christmas update. We got that, where we had also, which was the first, if I'm correct, well, actually, when the season came out, it was a Christmas update. We got the introduction of the Battle Pass. The first ever Battle Pass was this season. And we also got Tilted Towers halfway through the season. As well as a very nostalgic Christmas of 2017, I do have to say. Yeah, again, very basic, but again, some pretty sick updates. This was when the game at the time was pretty much peaking. I'd say actually here was peaking, but here it was very much also peaking. So I'm going to probably put Season 2 in S tier, just because we got Tilted, and a few other things that happened too. Actually, no, I'm going to change it because I'm going to put it in A. Because I'm going to be honest, there are a few seasons here that are S tier. Next, we have Season 3. Season 3 is where the game peaked, in my opinion. It was where the game was big. Very big. The game was big for Season 1. The game was bigger in Season 2. But Season 3 was the height of Fortnite. This was the big season. This was the Ninja played with Drake season. Alright, this was a big... I think this was the Ninja played with Drake season. This was a big season. So, yeah, Season 3, I remember it fondly. We got Lucky Landing. I believe... I was going to say Junk Junction, but that's not true. No, did we get Junk Junctions? I think we did get Junk Junction this season, if I'm correct. Maybe. Might be wrong about that. It's been a while. Even though we've recently had OG, so I don't remember. My brain's a bit shit. But this season here was the creation, the starting of the Fortnite storyline that we would see in the future days that we had. That still goes on even today. So yeah. So Season 3, again, fantastic season. Definitely going into S tier. Not only because it was like the best, like that biggest season of Fortnite. You know, the Battle Pass was goated. And not only that, obviously, again, it was pretty much just these seasons, but with a nice, spicy twist of building up for a storyline, which they eventually did. After, by the end of the season, we started noticing a blue light in the sky, and every week, or halfway through the season, we saw a blue light in the sky, and every week we kept seeing it come down, and it had turned out to be a meteor, which we all thought was going to destroy Tilted, but I remember, like, rumors where it was going to destroy Tilted, and then Tilted was going to become just very full of water. I remember some of those. Or where it was just going to completely nuke Tilted, but no, Tilted did not get destroyed in Season 3. It did get but what did get destroyed in Season 4, though, was Dusty Divot. Now, I would easily put this season in this tier because I loved Dusty, but no, we're gonna rank it properly. Season 4 was a very good season. Season 3 is what started the story, but Season 4 is really where the story kicked off. We, obviously, we had the meteor, which had crashed into Dusty, and had created Dusty Divot. And we also had the beginning of the Fortnite Live events. Fortnite Live events, which we had seen almost every other season, started with this one, Season 4. I also had a very good season, superhero season, as well as the first ever and the best LTM to ever come out, and that was the Infinity Gauntlet game mode. Yes, Thanos himself, just after the Avengers Infinity War movie had just come out, and I had just seen it in the cinemas in a Odeon Lux in Bradford, just outside of Bradford, near Leeds. I then had gone home. I went with school to watch it, because 2018 was a magical year, sort of. And I went and played, Season 4. I do also remember when Season 4 came out, I was playing it on my PlayStation at the time. My friend, who was a friend from school, had stayed over. Technically, he was a friend / family member, so, yeah. And we played Fortnite together for that entire afternoon, that entire evening. And it was the first season to introduce cinematic intros, and the first to introduce live events. Yes, we had our first ever live event, the Rocket event, and I was fucking blown away. So this is definitely going into S tier. Season 5. Gonna be honest, Season 5, aka the current OG season. But yeah, Season 5. Season 5 was quite memorable, had a lot of good clips, especially from Scythe PK when he played with that cute kid who played the ukulele, but from my standing, Season 5 is, I would say, gameplay-wise, wasn't a fan, as it was when they started introducing a lot more SMGs. They had also started doing that in Season 4, but they did it a lot more in Season 5 with the introduction of the P90 and the drum gun. However, they did help with that by introducing they introduced the what's it called? I forgot what it was called. Shit. By introducing everyone's favourite purple cube, Kevin. Kevin was brought to the island and had moved around every once in a while, and we were waiting to see what Kevin would do. Kevin eventually decided, I want to roll into this lake. He rolled into the lake, dissolved, and then became Bouncy Lake, or as Laserbeam called him, Thanos Lake. And from there, we had no clue what was going to be happening until the next season, which was Season 6. Turn the music a little bit. There we go. Season 5, I'm going to put it in B, because... actually, I'll put it in A, because the season was good. The storyline was very good. But the guns and the gameplay, unfortunately, had ruined it for me. Though we do, and one thing I also did just forget to bring up is this was the first actual season we got biomes in. We got our new biome, which was the desert biome, which introduced paradise palms, and also gives another POI, also known as lazy links. Okay. Next, we have Season 6, the horror Halloween season. A season that I have a history with. If you know my story of my previous account, and this is where my old account was deleted, Season 6 was a season I hated back then. I'm going to rate this one right now, and I'm going to put it in B. The gameplay was boring. The story was the same as Season 5, but Kevin was a floating island this time, which was cool and does not stops it from being a C. But there was not too much... Actually, no, it's going in A. The reason why was because I remembered we did have a really good live event, and that was the butterfly event, sort of. It was... Actually, no. To be honest, I'm going to put it in B. The live event was okay, and yes, we were teleported to technically a different dimension, I guess, I don't know. But unfortunately, the season was kind of mid. It was just a horror season where we had, especially the zombies, really fucking ruined it. I quit Fortnite this season, deleted my account and the game, and had to make a new account, so it's going in B for me. Idea. Next we have Chapter 1, Season 7, where my main account, was actually made, my current account was made during this season, by the end of this season, but my old account existed from this season to this season. My main account, my current account, exists from this season to this season, so yeah. So, Season 7. What do we want to talk about with Season 7? Planes were horrific. Turrets were a pain in the ass. The Infinity Blade was overpowered, especially that... especially at that fucking... what's it called? Tournament. I will leave a link, or if you click right there, I'll try and make sure I edit. Click on that, or you'll find it there. Don't forget to edit. The event was mid. We did get a new biome, which was thing, and it is going into B. Now, the reason why it goes into B is the nostalgia does up it for me. It does take me back to 2018's Christmas and New Year of 2019. I do remember first time we got what they still kind of currently use, which is the Disco Ball New Year's Eve event, which they do, I think they still do even now, where a disco ball come down, they play the Boogie Bomb song, and we all start doing the Boogie Bomb emote, while it's like, woo, well, and there's like a disco ball that comes down and starts free, and fireworks, so like the year it's just become every time it turns midnight in every region. So yeah. So Season 7 was good, but the event was shit. They brought back the cube zombies, but frozen this time. But the Christmassy and New Year's stuff did give me nostalgia, so that's why that is currently in B. Season 8, however, they did actually save themselves with this one. Season 8, not only did they release the Battle Pass for free, well, you had to do challenges in Season 7, but the Battle Pass was still technically free. We also we got a volcano, which was fucking cool. we were given a piratey location. Cannot remember the name of it, but we were given the pirate location. Treasure chests became a thing where you would grab a map, and you would have to follow this map to the treasure chest location, dig it up by simply just hitting it with your pickaxe. It would, a few times with your pickaxe, it would come up, and you could then open it and get some pretty good loot. As well as we also had received, what else did we get? A few more game modes, as well as, well, we got the Avengers game mode for Avengers Endgame. They had released, after Avengers Endgame came out, they had released a game mode for the mode, and that was called Fortnite Endgame, I believe is what it was called. So yeah, where you could play as the one team. It was like a 50v50 team rumble type match where you had one team that played as just regular players who were the Avengers, and you got to use some Avengers items. We got some Avengers items, which was quite cool, like Cap Shield. I believe we got Mjolnir, and I believe we got Tony Stark's gauntlets, I believe. But we also got but you could also play as the Chitauri, where you could play as a Chitauri, you could fight the Avengers, and all of that. We also got the Flint Knock, which was quite cool, as well as cannons. And so and the event, even though it didn't work for me, it worked for a lot of other people. The event was very good, even though everyone brought back the drum gun. So I'm going to put it in fucking S tier. Season 9, that is another season. Actually, no. Season 8 is going in A. Season 9 is going in S tier. I absolutely fucking adored the futuristic season. We got Neo Tilted and Mega Mall after they had been after Retail and Tilted had both been nuked off the face of the Earth after the volcano event from season 8. The futuristic season was very good. We got the Robot Mecha event, which I fucking remember so well. I remember just watching that fucking event play out, getting so hyped, getting so excited, was like fucking loud as shit. And then I went and watched Happy Death Day with my cousin. So yeah, because they were staying over for a few days. Great film that is, by the way. But yeah, season 9 very good. Monster vs. Mech, amazing fucking event. We got also the Bounty event after John Wick had come to Fortnite, and we got John Wick weapons, such as the tactical assault rifle, as well as the combat shotgun. Though a lot of people did not like that the pump had been taken out. We also, but yeah, now Season 10. Do I have to say any more? No, Season 10 was not a bad season, hence why it's not going in D. However, the season was heavily fucking ruined. Mechs were too OP. We did take, mechs were too OP. The season was fucking sweaty as shit. But we did get the rift zones, which I thought were pretty cool. Especially like Gotham City. I'm not gonna lie. Now the reason why it's not in D is because some things, the rift zones fixed it. The Borderlands rift zone was very cool, as well as that it was also because if you on Epic, and this is mostly an Epic Games launcher thing. On the Epic Games launcher, we got the Batman Arkham trilogy, like Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, as well as the Lego Batman trilogy, all for free on Epic Games, with all the DLCs included for Batman's 60th birthday back then. And it was great. It was a fantastic 2019 summer to get those. And it was a very, very good, very good thing. But unfortunately, yeah, the mechs ruined it. We did technically, Season 10 was the technically first ever version of no build, where we had Tilted Town, where you couldn't build while in that rift zone. Which then became Gotham City. We got some Batman items, which was very, very cool. But we also got the biggest event. And I'm not going to lie, thinking back, I am going to actually put this in B because of the event. The event was the greatest event, in my opinion, we had ever had. The end event, where the rocket had launched for the second time, had created many rifts and ended up having a lot of rockets appear, which then had sent the meteor back. Because the meteor had, oh yes, we had got Dusty back, we got factories back, and we had also got the meteor, which was actually frozen in time before hitting Dusty. The meteor that had been frozen in time was then sent into a rift, which then went above the 0 point, crashed into the 0 point, and it caused a black hole. Which the game was down for 3 or 4 days. About 3 or 4 days. And I remember that, because that's when I replayed through Arkham Origins, and I remember it being down and watching some people stream the downtime. The black hole. If you know, you know. Next, we have Chapter 2. I'm going to do one quick change here very fast. Hold on a second. While I fix this, sorry, 1 second, I will quickly pause the video while I set this up. Alright, never mind, found out that Chapter 2 actually also used, 1 second, we'll pause the video again. Alrighty, we changed the music. I was like, like, technically we should have changed it around here, but it's all around, yeah. Alright, Chapter 2, but then, actually, after Fortnite's Chapter 1 ended, in a black hole and came back 3 to 4 days later, we got back with Chapter 2, Season 1. A crazy season when it first came out, as we were introduced to a completely fucking new map. We were also introduced to boats, swimming. You couldn't swim in Chapter 1, and the map was a little bit bigger. We got a cool little Star Wars event, which was just to tease Rise of the shittest Star Wars movie, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. And unfortunately, the season was delayed heavily. It is going into B because of the delays, there being really not much updates, though we did get Winterfest, which was a very cool update, where we got 3 items, but unfortunately that is still going into B due to the lack of updates, the big delays, and yeah. Now, because there wasn't much, there was no live event, there was not much leading up to it, apart from a golden toilet and a few golden items in the middle main house. We eventually did get the Spy season, aka Chapter 2, Season 2, I don't remember what the name of it was, but we got the Spy season anyway, and this was, I know most people would put this in S, and I'm not gonna lie, so will I. Season 2 of Chapter 2 was an amazing fucking season. Not only did we get introduced to the... Oh, I didn't... Hold on. I didn't loop this. Not only were we introduced to the bosses of... introduced to bosses, which are enemies you could fight, and you get their guns. We were also introduced to disguise booths, helicopters, and many other things, as well as 2 amazing live events. We got the Travis Scott live event, which when I watched it was about midnight my time. I was fucked. And we were also given the best fucking event as well, the Doomsday event, where we were able to go into the bridge and meet a friend, a character who would then become a friend, Agent John Jones, aka Jonesy, and yeah. But then what we also got after that event was a cool, because Midas, who was the main boy, aka, if you can see, this guy right here, he wanted to fight back against the storm, so he did, and he created a water storm, which was very cool, and you could swim in that storm, and it was very cool. But yeah, so that's why it's going in there. Season 3. Yep. Season 3 was cool. We had some cool bosses. We had some cool items. This was also when the whole Apple versus Epic thing went down. A lot of stuff was flooded. We got Aquaman. We got sharks, where you could actually ride the sharks if you threw a fishing rod into the water, and a shark would grab it, and he'd basically thing while you surfed. It would be quite cool. We got the charged shotgun, which in my opinion is not the greatest shotgun in the world ever, but And yeah, again, now unfortunately we didn't get an event this season, but it was still a good season. But yeah, it didn't have much going for it. But they did fix that. By the end of the season, we did notice some Marvel stuff happening, and they did fix that in the Fortnite Marvel season. This is Fortnite Marvel Season 1. First Marvel Fortnite season. Like its own season where we got cool items. We got a few cool different items. We got Doom's Domain as well as Doctor Doom items if we defeated Doctor Doom. We were also able to get Wolverine claws if we defeated Wolverine. We could also get Groot items and many different POIs showed up as well, such as Stark Industries, as with Stark Industries blasters, I believe, also came out that season, as well as a lot of other different places, such as Ant-Man's Doghouse and Black Panther's statue. We also got the Helicarrier as Spawn Island, which is very cool, as well as one of my favourite events, the Galactus event, where we fought Galactus and fed him many a battle bus. Now I'm going to try and rush through some more of these because we are getting to about 30 minutes of the video, so we are going to try to blast through these. The Hunted season was good, but I'm only putting it in B because we did get a new PO, not a new PO, we did get the 0 point just exposed, and we did get a few cool things. We didn't get an event, unfortunately, because that wasn't until the next season. But yeah, we did, unfortunately, but not much really happened apart from them just kind of collabing with everyone. But it was still kind of cool nonetheless. Also, Season 7, I also did bump up as well. Not bump up, Season 7, with Season 7 quickly, I do want to bring up, yes, we also did get creative that season. So yeah. Alright, back to this. Season 6. Fortunately, not much was going for Season 6. Primal season, cool live event, but yeah, not much really happened. We got primal items, Lara Croft, and a few gaming characters end up there, but yeah. Season 7. Very good season when I actually decided to pump out Fortnite videos. Shop 2 Season 7 was a very good season, I personally think. An alien season. We got Rick and Morty, we got the UFOs, which were quite cool. It could pick up cars and shit. Could pick up other players. We also got the abductors, where they could abduct you. You'd have to basically fight each other, and whoever won that little battle royale in the little abductors, well, you were then able to get weapons depending on how long you were there for. And it was very cool. We also got a very cool live event where we got Kevin the Cube back, baby. And we also destroyed the cool big thing in the sky. But we also got the Ariana Grande event. Link to that in the description below, or it'll be top right of there, wherever I decide to put it. But yeah. Next, we have the final season of Chapter 2, which, I'm not going to lie, I am going to put in B. It was good, but it was kind of mediocre. There wasn't as many cubes as they claimed there was going to be. Some of like the crashed bits of the UFO where it had, or bit of where it had, we could like go fly and shit was kind of cool. The rift, the cube people were kind of cool. The cube enemies were kind of cool. The Cube Queen was a cool enemy at some point. Was it Sideways? The Sideways stuff was kind of cool. But yeah. But it did have a very good season ending where we, it was pretty much just kind of walk and follow through until we eventually basically flipped the island after it had been taken over by cubes, after it had been taken over by the last reality, which we then destroyed by just flipping the island. And pretty much, we then basically were then onto, and then we were wiped out, and we were found on a raft. Then we went to Chapter 3, Season 1. A great Fortnite season to come out. We got the Daily Bugle, we got some new biomes, a new island. It was fucking great. I do also remember this got leaked actually before this season even ended. But yeah, this was a fantastic. We got fucking web shooters. It's going S tier. Fucking Chapter 3 was fucking. Chapter 3 Season 1 was fucking great. Alright. Web shooters. We got the Daily Bugle. What else did we get? And we got a few other things as well. It was very cool. Very epic. Chapter 2 Season 2. We got the introduction of No Build. Very cool. Sort of. Especially if you're not great players. Though this came out at the worst time for it being a war season, because this was just after Russia had invaded Ukraine, this then came out not that long after. Thankfully, however, they did say that whenever you bought anything, any V-Bucks, or bought the Battle Pass, or anything that was basically they would donate all the income from that, a majority of the income from that, because they still obviously had to make an income as well, to a Ukrainian support charity. Which was very good. The season itself was quite cool. Like we had the map, which then like showed like which territories were owned by which parts were owned by the Imagined Order, and which parts were owned by us. And yeah, so the season was good, but I am going to put it in B because actually the event was pretty cool, so I'll put that in A. Chapter 2, Season 3, Vibin'. Pretty good season. It was more of a chill season. We got Ballers back from Season 8. We also got that cool little roller coaster area. Darth Vader was in the game, but we also were introduced sort of to the Herald and stuff like that. But yeah, so the season, to be honest, it was just a let's chill season. So I'm going to put it in B. There wasn't much to the season, but yeah. Chapter 3, Season 4. Unfortunately, there wasn't much going for it. Cool Chrome season with some cool Chrome weapons and the very, very, very shit live event. Unfortunately, Fracture is making me put that there. I'll leave a link to the stream of Fracture over in the description or wherever. Alrighty. Next, we then went on to Chapter 4. Chapter 4! We got Chapter 4 Season 1. Chapter 4 Season 1 was a pretty good season. A very interesting map. It was kind of, instead of most maps where it was all on a thing, this one was just randomly floating in space. It was very cool, and the spawn island was like a distance away from the map as well. Like, not even on like the same island as the map. It was like, it's also floating in space. But it was quite cool nonetheless. We also were introduced to one of my favourite weapons, that hammer where you would, I can't remember what it was exactly called, but you could like hit it on the ground, sort of. You could like thing it, and you'd basically kind of bounce it and you'd jump and you'd do it again. It was very, very cool. Unfortunately, I don't believe there was a live event. There wasn't. Unfortunately, this was where they did start cutting down on live events, but it was still a pretty good season nonetheless. Mega, Chapter 4, Season 2. It was a pretty good season. We got those rails you could like grind on. Grind rails were introduced. So were the motorbikes. They were quite cute. We already had motorbikes, but I mean the fast ones. They were very good. Again, it's just going to go B. There wasn't too much going for it really, but it was the futuristic stuff was quite cool nonetheless. Wilds was just shit. I did not enjoy Wilds at all. It was okay, but it was there wasn't much going for it, to be honest. It was just the biome was cool, I guess, but there just wasn't much going for it really. But we did get Chapter 4, Season 4. This came out when my internet was down, so I hadn't uploaded or streamed in a while. But this was a very interesting, good season. I'm going to put it in B. We got, obviously, we got the Rocket Ram. We got, what else did we get this season? We got, I'm trying to remember what else we got this season. Heisting became a thing where you could, like, steal things, and all that. And there was a few things as well. We unfortunately didn't get a live event for this, I don't think. No, we didn't. Though we did notice there was a time machine that had a date for Chapter 1, Season 5 on it. And that's when we then moved on to Chapter OG, Season OG. It was just OG, so it's just going to go into... It's going to go into A because it was quite a good season. It was pretty much just OG. And yeah. We then went on to Chapter 5. Chapter 5 Season 1 was an interesting season. We had, at the end of OG Season 1, at the end of OG, we had the Big Bang event, which we had M&M. This season introduced Festival, Rocket Racing, and just regular Battle Royale, and Lego Fortnite. very interesting season to come out. I personally did enjoy it. So I feel like this deserves to be... I'm going to put it in A. It was a pretty good season. We got, you know, when all the game modes came out eventually and stuff like that. And I think we also eventually did get OG as well. No, that was Chapter 6. I'm wrong. But yeah. But very, very good season. Yeah. We also had, again, we had this was when they started having the feuds instead of the wars. It was the feuds. So yeah. Pretty interesting. But yeah. Next, we had Chapter 5 Season 2. This was the Greek God season. Of course, this is going into fucking S tier. Yes, I do know. It was delayed for a day because the season was buggy. Well, we don't know because it didn't come out. But I did get to play God of War 3 again, so I was happy about that. Alright, I played God of War 3 throughout the entirety of the downtime. It's very good. But yeah, so... this season was good, even though it was delayed. It was still very good. We got the Wings of Icarus. We got a lot of other items as well as Zeus's lightning bolts, as well as like Mount Olympus. Who can go wrong with that? Very good. We then got one of my favourite seasons, but I'm still going to put it in A, the Wasteland season. And one of my favourite seasons because we got the T60 power armor from fucking Fallout. But we did get we got the Megalodon. We got that big ship. We got the forgery, I believe it was called. No, it's not. It wasn't. Was it? No, I don't know. It was that fucking place the machinist lived at. Very, very cool. We also got those weapon upgrade things, boxes where if you drove into them, you crashed into them, you get either big chonkers, I believe they were called, like big wheels, or you could also get guns on the top. And we also got the Metallica bus. We love the Metallica bus here. But yeah, but it was a good season. But it had one event where we saw the Megalodon's ship was getting refueled, but then someone stopped it, and that man was Doctor Doom. That went into the most powerful Doctor Doom of ever, with Chapter 5 Season 4 Doom. Oh yeah, well it was Doom, but I can't remember what the season was called. Where it's very cool. We had all the Marvel skins and all the Marvel people, as well as Jones having a shield and all that. This season was good. Did it have an event? It did have an event. It had the Prelude Part 1. So, yeah. So I'm going to put it in A. The Prelude Part 1 was shit, though, but Part 2 was pretty good. Remix Season 2. Or Remix Chapter 2 was good. It was basically just Chapter 2, but with some different POIs. Like the Shark was turned into Ice Spice's POI. The Agency had turned into the Dog Pound. And yeah, that was this one's. These are quite these are all quite recent. These are like this year, so yeah. But pretty good was that. That was on last year. But yeah, we then went on to Chapter 6. I paused the video there because I thought that it had a different theme, but apparently no. I was starting to think it might be the same theme, and it is. So when we have Chapter 6, Chapter 6, Season 1. I'm not gonna lie, Sony doesn't really play Chapter 6, just regular Chapter 6. I don't know too much about the Chapter 6 much, but I'm gonna go off. We got OG for the first time, so this is definitely gonna go into A. Because I think the other stuff as well with Chapter 6 was pretty interesting, but for now that's just gonna go into A, as it was pretty good. Chapter 6 Season 2, we got the Crime Season. Again, it was alright, but it's going to go into B. Next, we have the Star Wars Season, which was pretty cool. Again, this was like the only live event we actually got this. No, we did get an event. We got an event this season. We got an event this season. But this is the only event I actually watched. The last event I actually ever watched was this one, which was, well, yeah. It was pretty good. It was just a Star Wars season at the end of the day. Then we have the Marvel. No, this was the DC. It was a superhero. It was another superhero season. But when are we getting a DC season? All right, fuck. But this was the first of a technically DC season, I guess, where we got David Cornsweat's Superman, as well as a few superhero skins. It wasn't nothing interesting much, but that's going to go into B. And then we have this current season. I have played a bit of the current season, and it's going to just go into B because it's nothing super interesting. But there we go. In about 40 minutes, I have now put all of these together. I did drag on with half of them. I do apologise that I dragged this video on, but that is all of my my opinions and my ratings of thing. None of them got put into D, but they all did get put into at least S, A, B, and C of all of these, which was very, very cute. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments which season you don't think should be in which, or if you tell me in with the comments in the description. Tell me in the comments if you think any of these are in the right places, or what you would change. But that's gonna do it. Or tell me which season, and if you enjoyed a season, tell me about which season you loved, or if you would like to make life a little bit long. Maybe make a list of all the seasons down in the description and put like chapter 1, season blah blah, or put your favourite chapters in a list, or just whichever is your favourite chapter in the comments below. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.